Hello everyone. Today I will show you how to build control chart in Excel. To build this figure in Excel, we need first to get this type of data. This data called observations that collected from the real process in order to check this process over the time to see if our process in control or out control. In order to build this procedure chart, first we need to calculate X bar. X bar in Excel called average. Then we need to have average. Then we need to include all this data. Then hit enter. This is our average. Then we need to calculate standard deviation equal standard. Now for standard deviation, we have standard deviation for population, but because this is sample, we need to get the sample standard deviation. Then we need to include all this data and hit enter. After that, we need to get X bar gonna running for all this process with the same value to create the average that we need to work based on. This is called the standardization for this process. Then we're going to say equal this standard deviation, but because we need the same number repeated for all the process to keep this average constant, then we need to include this within the dollar sign, then hit enter. After that, drag down. Then we need to calculate upper control limit and lower control limit. Upper control limit, those limits, if our observations for our line outside those limits, this means our process is out control. This going to be carefully calculated based on X bar plus 3 times sigma. Then for upper control limit, we're going to say that X bar plus open parentheses 3 times sigma. Then for sigma, we need the number repeated the same over time because this is the standard, the limit to standardization for our data over the time. Then we need to include dollar sign. For average, we did not use this value because if we use this value, then we need to include it between dollar sign. But because this is going to running with the same value, this means this value going to be the same. We forget, yeah, okay. We forgot to add to close with the parentheses. Then hit control. After that, we're going to drag down. Now, if you see the same number, why? Because this is going to calculate the upper limit that allowed to our data to stay inside. Outside the upper control limit, this means our process out control, and we need to check that process. For lower control limit, we're going to we have this equation X bar minus 3 times sigma. We're going to say that equal X bar minus open parentheses as well 3 times sigma. Then close the parentheses, then hit enter as well to get this number. Now this number gonna repeat. Okay, we forget something here. We said standard deviation must be inside between dollar signs in order to keep it. Okay, now we're gonna hit this one. Now this number gonna be same for all this observations in order to create the limit. For example, between this values, our data must be included in order to say that our processing control. Any observation outside those limits, then our data has problem, and this is our X bar that calculate the average or standardization for our process. Now I'm going to share the observation, upper control limit, X bar, and lower control limit. Then I need to go to insert. After that, I'm going to hit any figure here. For example, I'm going to hit maps, but I am interested in more charts here. Then hit more charts again. Then go to Linus. In Linus, you need to find it which figure that much fit with your data to create standardization for your process. Now I'm going to select OK. Then this is my control limit. Now for this control limit, for this one, this is my data observation. For this limit, that represented the lower control limit. This is the limit for my process that I'm not able to exceed this limit, because if exceed this limit, this means our process has problem, and we need to figure out where is the problem in order to solve this problem. And this is our lower control, upper control limit. Now we don't need this chart names. This is our observation. We know this data. We just have to give more spaces for our figure. Then we don't need this line. It's gonna remove this. After that, we're gonna change this color, for example, for my chart title. Then we need to go to this figure, this painting, and go to this painting and change that color, for example, for this color. Or okay, we're going to change this color for all this type of a chart. Then we need to go here and say we need to change this color for all type of chart. Okay, now for this one, for example, for this one is not clear enough, we're gonna change this color. Gonna change, make sure you click all the pointed, then click right, then go to format data series, then go to change this color, for example, for the green. Now our color is green. Now, for example, if I need to increase the line or changing this type, I can do it by clicking this and go to format chart. Here I need to add my observations for my data. For example, I need to add data table, and now my data table for this observations included in this type. This means my processing control. How my process is going to be out of control. For example, here I'm gonna instead 25, I'm gonna say, for example, 9. What's gonna happen with the 90? Now my process is out of control. Then at this time, I need to figure out which day for this one at the day 10. Then in this day 10, I need to create root cause analysis if I don't know the problem, or I need to collect data based on the process in order to find where's the variation, or root cause analysis to find the variation for sure result. And also sometimes I need to run projects of Six Sigma in order to reduce the variation. Here, for example, I'm gonna return this to 25 to be in control inside my data. Then, for example, for this process, for example, if I said 60, and what's gonna happen here? Oh, 60 also, it is out the control. Then I need to make sure, because any change here, gonna change an upper control limit, lower control limit, and also my data calculations. Based on this, I need to make sure everything in control in order to say my product in control, and also my process accepted by the customer. Because anything out the standardizations and I deliver that to the customer, maybe it's going to return with my cost from the customer in order to check this product again. After that, I have quality cost, checking cost, a lot of cost is going to be calculated for this product, because just I have out the standardization or out the control for this point. And if I did not figure this problem, how to solve this problem, to make this problem inside this line to be inside the control, inside the control, return it inside the control to be inside, to be okay and everything okay. This is, I think I just have to click Control T to organize my data. After that, I'm going to say, okay, then my data is okay now with the observations, with the lines that I created to for limit of my data. Thank you for your watching. I hope if you have any question or anything, write that in comments. And you are welcome for any question. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye.